Alright guys, hopefully you can see me. I should be back. I restarted OBS really quick and I'm running it as administrator. Hopefully that will solve the issue. So I'll wait till you guys are back and then we can see. Oh, it looks way better on my end now. Can you guys confirm that it looks good on your end as well? Looks way better over here. Way better? Okay, excellent. Thank you, Meerkat, and thank you everybody for the for waiting through the quick delay there. I don't know why it does that. That's happened to me before, and it's such an easy fix, thank God, of just running OBS as administrator, so.
Back already?
Hey, look who it is! Zippy da Spinhead. No, it's Das Pinhead. I've told this story before, but the day I found out that Zippy's name wasn't da Spinhead, I was mind blown. Hello, Zippy. Hello, Karis. Hello, Rory. Thank you for the shout out, TS. If you guys aren't following my friend Zippy, please do so. I hope you had a good stream this evening, Zippy. I'm doing well. Welcome on in, everybody. We are just starting a brand new game, actually. This is the Forgotten City. This game actually started out as a Skyrim mod, and got so popular and stuff that they actually just turn it into its own game.
The ruins are
we're just getting started here. I don't know much about the game because I really wanted to go into it as a spoiler-free experience. But what I do know is that it has time loops, and it has murder, and it has mystery. So pretty much, say no more, I'm interested. TS said I was gonna say the graphics reminded me of Skyrim somehow. Well, that's how they were inspired. Oh, Zippy, you finished Star Wars. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad you got past that part. I was watching for a bit there while you were shooting things. My Todd Howard senses were tingling, says TS. It's very pretty. Yeah, so this game was made by 3 people. Or 4 people. Small development team. And, it's technically 100% Todd-free. Yes. Correct. Uh-oh, backpack. A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still, it seems strange that Al left it behind. Can I, like, open it? No? We're just gonna stare at it? No blood stains or anything, so that's good. Rory says nothing is ever Todd-free. It's Todd's world. We're just living in it. Touché. Touché. Oh, Al's note.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth."
Oh, okay. That was like a big pothole. Oh, Jesus, okay. All I did was walk into the room. Barely I stepped forth and
be judged.
Be judged, alright.
Shall be rewarded with eternal
I like how the
life in
note
paradise.
reader paused for me to fall through before he
find
continued
themselves showered
reading.
in
That was
gold,
nice of him.
But in vain. For this shall be their final resting place.
Oh good, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time?
See that well? You can go down it,
Down
Todd.
there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out.
Yep.
If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning.
I mean, I didn't get far enough in the
How
note
worth.
to consider it an invitation or a warning. I kind of just stepped in and fell to my death, so guess we'll take it. All right. What do we have down here? Help! Oh god. Oh, I forgot I have a flashlight. Hang on, what do I... Oh! Shit, I forgot. Okay. That's good. Now we can see things. Walks in before the instructions tell you to. Total gamer move. We've got literal ceilings made of gold, statues made of gold, mosaic tile, A plaque. My archaeologist insight says, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. So for anyone who's just coming in here, we had to choose a backstory at the beginning. And we chose the archaeologist backstory because I have a feeling it'll probably help us out in, like, translating and stuff. So already feeling good about that. This is a golden statue of a young Roman woman in a pose of lamentation. Hey, Smiley, what's up? Thank you for that follow. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things. I don't know, like a cyclops or something. Oh. Oh. I love spooky whispers. A young Roman woman. It looks like she was begging for her life. Were all these statues, like, alive at some point? I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's been alive here for a very long time. Use F5 to quick save. We'll take that note right now. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. Did somebody say Pompeii? Looks like Medusa killed 1 million people, so she unlocked turning people into gold? Trophy unlocked! You're now upgraded from stone to gold! A Roman legionary in a state of terror. Okay, I don't know. How are you getting state of... I mean, I guess you could get state of terror from his body language, but... I don't know. State of terror? That's... His face looks pretty neutral to me, but whatever. So are we in a Roman city that's, like, underground? That's cool. Different. City in the sewers. I mean, that guy looks kind of in terror, I guess. A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Yeah, okay. My character is making some assumptions. Like, my girl's just looking up at, like, the moon or something. What do you mean she's praying for help that never came? I have to agree with TS. We are reading a lot into these statues right now. But that's okay, I guess. Conjecture level. Wild! This would not hold up in court. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? What? Oh. Al, what happened, man? Hey, Riven.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only 2 options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Alright, Al. Well, that was nice and ominous. A young Roman woman in a state of panic. I mean, her face does actually look kind of panicked. That's actually an accurate description. TS says Al has a very pleasant voice, right? I'd listen to Al read me a bedtime story. Absolutely. A Roman man on his knees as if begging the gods for mercy. Well, guess we'll follow the spooky whispers, step over the skeleton, and into the totally not suspicious portal? Alright. Let's do it. Oh, shit. Press tab to check your quest journal and inventory at any time. Tap P to enter photo mode in the game. Okay. Whoa. Is that a bowl of... a Roman relief? Oh no, I was looking at the tomatoes. I don't care about the relief. Is that a bowl of tomatoes? It can't be. That's weird, right? A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and 2 women. I wonder who they could be. Holy shit, we're in the same cave! But it's not destroyed.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Raven says you step into the portal and come through to the start of Skyrim. Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
I mean, I'm not gonna tell people that I came from the future. Let's ask him about his English, because it sounds pretty good. Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
He's gonna make me choose one way or the other. We have 2 options. We either say, hello, I'm Tallara, and I've just come from the future. Which makes us immediately get admitted to the Roman psychiatric ward. Or we say, hi, I'm Tallara, and I got lost. Which, honestly, is not even a lie. Like, I did get lost. I fell through a giant pothole, and now I'm here. So, I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make
Your host says, I'm very lost, in
simple for
fact.
you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Alright, lead the way.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here.
Oh, cool, this lets me
As you
auto
can
walk.
see,
Okay, this
we've
is
got a
nice,
nice
actually.
little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in.
Hang on, so only 23 people live here?
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
So how did everybody else get here? Through the
Politics.
portal?
I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you.
I'm not staying clear of her,
She's,
Galerius. She seemed hot.
It's not my place to say.
But he said, I don't trust this guy. In fact, trust no
I
one.
grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Spooky.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live. So
It's all fun and games till someone demands you sacrifice a goat, says Zippy.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go.
Yeah, this place clearly has about 10,000 mysteries
Just
waiting
remember,
to be solved.
they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy.
Whatever you do, don't drink the Kool-Aid around
My
here.
name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What's this about?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the Golden Rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
Alright, lead the way.
Follow me.
At this point, I think I'm just going
What I
to,
understand right now is the Golden Rule.
follow and listen.
Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
That's
No
dark.
matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that
Again,
seems like
dark.
enough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times
Yeah, it's
worse.
nice, hey?
The
I mean, it was
magistrate
made by a
explained the
small
rest.
team and based on
Who's up these
Skyrim, so obviously it has its limitations, but I think it looks good. Before we go up the stairs, who's this sexy lady?
This place has become a thoroughfare. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I'm not from around here.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Because you were lying here looking sexy. You know what? If you're gonna be bitchy, I'll just be going.
I trust you can see yourself out.
Yes, okay. Jesus. Thought she was gonna ask me to paint her like one of her French girls. Well, that clearly wasn't the case. These carrots are purple, as they were before modern orange carrots were cultivated. Is that real? Well, gee, I learned something new. Carrots used to be purple. Huh. That is extremely interesting.
Don't mind me. I just live here.
Oh, fuck off, Sentia. I was looking at your purple carrots. Leave me alone. That's cool. That's my fun fact for the day. I'm gonna be impressing everyone at work with that tomorrow.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Tallara.
A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning.
Well, thank you,
We're
sir.
always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community.
You're much nicer than
Equitia
your
will be
daughter
delighted to meet
downstairs.
you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7
Oh,
months.
you've only been here for 7
22
months?
complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working
Interesting.
together in our own little paradise.
How'd you all get here?
And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have, no.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Well, fuck,
You
hey?
see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning.
How are you supposed to keep
the many
23
shall
people
suffer
under
for the
control at all
sins of the
times?
one. From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger
Seems like a
the
tall
gods
order.
and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold.
Oh, so that's why there's gold people around. Those are the people who died when someone committed a
It's
sin.
extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
I have about 10,000 questions. Tip, these questions will be available later. That's a good tip. But let's start from the top here. What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor
So
the
what
peace
does
of
that
the
mean? We
gods,
can't do
the
anything
sacred
bad at
accord
all?
between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
I like this answer. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes.
Tell me you love
all
Rome
across the
without telling me you
Mediterranean
love
and
Rome.
beyond.
Magistrate
From Gallia
Sentius.
to Judea, all our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same?
Ooh,
When
you
our
got me
people are
there,
starving, they are
Sentius.
given food rations.
You
And when
got
they
me
are
there.
wrong, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on.
Maybe you
No
guys
other
got it right
civilization
after all.
in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris.
Alright,
to call
Sentius,
us
you proved your
barbaric.
goddamn point. We're still racist and homophobic. Hang on, wait. Don't your laws allow slave ownership?
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
Don't women have fewer rights than men?
Of course. But with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities. And the
What if I
right to be
want
protected by their
responsibilities?
fathers
What
and
if I don't want to
husbands.
be protected? Don't you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year?
I like how we
It's
can
hard
just
to blame
basically
people for
name
being
all the
angry.
things that Rome does wrong. Don't your people watch blood sports for entertainment?
On occasion. But our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Don't you practice collective punishment?
Are you talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
You know what? I'm not gonna get into an argument with you. My mistake.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
I don't know. You seem kind of sketch yourself, honestly. What did you mean when you said Proserpina? How do you pronounce that? Proserpina? He'll probably say no.
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina.
Proserpina.
The cycle of life.
Got it.
It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine,
my god, Sentius put everything together pretty quick, didn't he?
You don't belong in our time, do you?
There's no point trying to lie now if he knows. You're right, I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is...
He's smarter than he lets on, right, TS? So I feel like there's no point to lie to him
in your time.
Unless it's necessary.
What did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You'd all been turned into golden statues.
I have imagined it. Our downfall 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
So how does this ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Sippy says, this dialogue looks like Outer Worlds, like the facial look and animation. Absolutely, this like conversation that we're having right now is very Outer Worlds, you're right. I did see some human remains in the temple. We had to, big step over some bones to get through the portal.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes.
I don't know. Now Sentius is really, I'm starting to like him. But then that's raising a red flag, like he's being so nice and reasonable. What if, yeah, here we go. How do I know you're not the person responsible, nice and reasonable man?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance.
I mean, we don't know that for sure.
What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Because you're too rational and nice. Alright, whatever. Fair point.
I'm glad you think so.
Magistrates will go for a charisma build. Makes sense, says Garrus.
We won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Fair enough. If I do this, will you help get me back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I think so. Alright, I guess that's all the questions I have. So I have to go find the person who's about to sin.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
I mean, this is exactly what I was thinking. It doesn't seem like I have much choice if I want to go home.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation.
Good point. I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Alright, I'll get started.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Oh dear. Alright, I'll get right on it. One thing I want to do really quick, guys, I want to turn down the brightness if I can. It's a little bit bright. There we go. That's better. Always gotta fiddle with those settings when launching a new PC game, hey? Oh, can I? I can't read this totally mysterious scroll. Quest tracking tip. To see the objective markers for a given quest, click the eye icon beside it. Our lead is the dying gasp. Something's wrong with the Shrine of Apollo. Find out what's distressing Lucretia. Our main quest is the Golden Rule. Figure out who is most likely to break the Golden Rule and inform Sentius. Seems everyone in the city is going to die because of one person breaking the Golden Rule. I need to figure out who it is. To that end, Sentius asked me to talk to everyone and help them if it'll win their trust. And point of origin, I traveled thousands of years into the past. I'll need to find a way back to my original timeline somehow. According to Sentius, I'll be flown back to my own time if I can create a paradox. I'll need to change history in a way that makes my being in the past impossible. For example, Sentius says, if I prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule. Okay, so here's our inventory. Got a denarius, an ancient Roman coin made of silver. A flashlight, which these people will probably be shocked if I pull out. And the ancient stone tablet from Alworth. Okay. Sentius's chests. Oh, I can steal 246 bucks from him? Note from Centilla. Centilla, to Sentius, may Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise we'll wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you'll be re-elected, I'm sure of it. Note from Centilla. Summary. Centilla expresses her gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Okay. So Centilla is adopted. Got it. Got it. A lararium. A small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. I don't want to talk to her. She was mean to me last time. Purple carrots. Stove. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. Fair enough. I love all these insights we get when we investigate things. Cosmetic Jar. A brass jar containing some sort of powder for makeup. Vial. A small vial containing a rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. A brass mirror. The brass has been polished into a rudimentary mirror, which has been used for applying makeup. Must be so hard to see anything in a literal piece of brass. Jesus. Zintilla had 14 bucks in her chest, but I won't steal it because I'm a good gal. Cynthia's journal. Dear diary. She just leaves her diary open out for everyone to see. Today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Okay. Next page. I know you're reading this, father! I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets, Cynthia. Wow. Cynthia just jebaited us. Absolutely jebaited by Cynthia. Okay. Bust. A sculpture of Ares, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. Hi.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
What's your story?
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the Cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
How'd you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse.
Hang on.
Discovered that lonely.
Is Karen sending us all here?
The rest.
Is Karen the mastermind? How did you come to be the magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead. Very well.
Euro says Karen is the manager!
I'll be waiting here.
Okay. Interessant. We gotta go to the Golden Apollo, which is where I think the lady who was like low-key hitting on me was earlier, I think. Back here. What does this say? Can I read this? Graffiti. Translate. Don't steal anything. Don't hurt anyone. Don't. Whoever wrote this didn't get a chance to finish, evidently. Yeah, my archaeologist background is majorly coming in handy. Bottle. Garum, a fermented fish sauce used as a condiment. It gives off a faint, salty aroma. Fish sauce. I mean, I don't think this actually is the right way. This looks like I'm getting further away from my quest marker. It's too late now because we're here, so we may as well chat to these people. Oh, hey!
Cerberus lifts his triple head.
Hello.
And lets out his threefold graying.
Livia looks busy.
Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades.
She's busy scaring away her customers.
Their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
I feel like Livia must, like, know what's going on here or something.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just being crazy, but I have a feeling she's
souls.
just,
But
insightful.
it does not notice the crowds that come.
Olivia can hit us with that hot wisdom, I think. What's your story?
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives.
Fair enough. Do you know a way out of here?
There is only a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that means.
They never do.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
The bloodless shadows. This is their punishment.
Right. I'll be going now.
The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them.
I love your clothes. So exotic.
I was trying to see if I put it in photo mode, if I could see what I looked like, but... Oh, whoa! Look at all the filters we have! This is not what I wanted, though. I was trying to see what I look like, but I don't know. Everyone's just complimenting me on my clothes, so we're gonna assume that I look great.
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued.
Intrigued?
There's a light in your
Okay,
eyes I've
okay.
never seen before.
Aurelia,
A
keep
certain
talking.
learning and sophistication.
Oh, stop it. No, please go on.
Why?
Oh, no,
Just
no, no!
because
No,
I'm
no,
a
no!
woman.
I clicked the wrong button!
Honey, it's your loss. I take back what I said.
Damn
Suddenly, I
it!
don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened.
Oh.
So we can at least do business.
I fucked up my shot! Oh my god. Wow. Honestly, I think I just want to die now. I'm just gonna go die. I can't
See ya.
even talk to you anymore. Wow, I cannot believe I clicked the wrong button. I'm just gonna go cry in the back corner. Just reload your save, right? Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls here and disappointed all of them equally! Savage! Okay. Looks like Domitius was carrying his shield with him when he arrived in the city. Metal dice tower designed to stop people from cheating when rolling dice. Clearly cheating must have been a problem among the Romans. Well, I'm absolutely devastated, so honestly I'm just gonna go follow the quest marker now, because I cannot believe I just got rejected.
Ixion turns.
All these things seem well researched? Yeah, hopefully we'll learn something here, because it does seem like they're giving us lots of tidbits into ancient Roman history, which is very cool. Fuck, I cannot believe I told her I was not interested. Honestly, I'm ready for us to die and reset the time loop so we can just try that again. Old Scroll, The Myth of the Golden Rule by Dorotas the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for this city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration. But here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching, and deserving of our contempt. Who among us has not awoken at night in a cold sweat, fearing some sort of accidental transgression of the Golden Rule? All of us must accept that we are all capable of error, whether from a momentary lapse in judgment or a conscious decision based on faulty reasoning. Yet the great threat, the sword of Damocles that we live under, is, I believe, merely a deception, and I shall prove it to you. Let me begin by dismissing the counter-arguments. First, it may be argued that the inscription stating "the many shall suffer for the sins of the one" is evidence that the Golden Rule is very real. That is logically unsound, for we cannot assume the writers knew any more than we did. That this message was inscribed does not make it true, any more than if I were to inscribe Dorotaus the Younger is a god. Second, it may be argued that the statues in this place are evidence that the Golden Rule is real. You need not remind me of that. It was I who discovered them all around this city. It was I who collected them, placed them in a handcart, and placed them in the niches in which they sit today. I will not soon forget them. And yet, I refuse to leap to the conclusion that they were once real people. There is simply no evidence to support that conclusion. When we read the story of Venus bringing Pygmalion sculpture Galatea to life, we do not believe it is true. Why should we take a different view here? But ultimately, these arguments are just that. After years of living in fear, there's only one way for me to prove that the Golden Rule is falsehood, and that is through action. Friends, I apologize in advance for this, but one day you will see this moment as a turning point in our city's history. Let us see once and for all if the Golden Rule is real, as I strike one of you with my fist. And then that's him, I guess? Proving that the Golden Rule was real? Well, good try, sir. Good try. So, I guess there's been many attempts at this then, because like there's 23 people here now. But there's obviously a lot more people, a lot more statues. So maybe they just like, I say they, referring to the masterminds behind this. They just keep bringing people in until eventually someone's able to like pass the test. Trying to see if any group of humans can truly live without committing a sin or something. Okay, looks like the Shrine of Apollo is this way. Hello, is everything okay? Oh Jesus, is she dead?
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
How did she die? Did someone kill her? What happened?
She was poisoned.
Oh, damn it. We're all gonna die now.
Frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the Golden Rule.
I mean, it sounds
So
like the
all
Golden
I could
Rule
do is
has
come
been
back here and just watch her die.
broken,
I
so...
keep on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the Golden Rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her
Snake's
dying breath.
cruel black eyes. Okay, keep that in mind. Is there something I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's
Price
really
gouging
just
is
one thing
not
I
a
can
sin.
do.
Noted, says
Get
Meerkat.
me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour.
But
And I
someone's
will not
breaking
allow this to
the
happen
Golden Rule
again.
if they're poisoning
I don't care
people.
how you get it, but you have to make it happen.
But it's not...
Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the Golden Rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututor and scratching his eyes out.
If it was an accident, it's not a sin. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Can we talk about Yulia first?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Do you think she was poisoned or was it self-inflicted?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the Golden Rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Do you know what poisoned her?
Hemlock, I believe.
Is there any reason why she might have wanted to die?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa. and they are quite secretive.
Well, that's sus.
Gladly.
I keep hearing the statues whispering. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Forget I said anything.
Anything about what?
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and
Nevia is the one who went crazy, right? Because she could hear the statues talking.
But I'd rather take this
I feel like I
on
should
myself
definitely
than let one
go
of you lot
find
mess it
her.
up.
Tell me more about her, please.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician.
Meerkat
But
says,
she
do you
was
know
the
how much you
closest
could
thing we had
revolutionize her
down here.
medicine by
And she was
explaining
good,
germ
too.
theory?
Until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This
You would just
changes
make them all
everything.
paranoid about
She
stuff
kept
they
saying.
can't see. They would
But
all
I
go
had no
crazy.
idea what
Do
she
you
was
know that there are
talking.
millions of
The last
teeny
time I
tiny
saw
little
her,
organisms
the
living
last
on your
time
skin
any of
right
us
now?
saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so
Yeah,
long
we definitely
now,
gotta go
we
find
figure
her.
she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain.
Ooh.
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, I suppose.
Do you know a way out of here?
I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
Alright, I'll be going now.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Guys, I know we're only early into the game, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I am intrigued right now. Herb rack. A wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Medical tools. A collection of barbaric-looking medical implements, including forceps and shears.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Aurelia is dead. Confirmed. But we haven't all died yet, so either someone found a way to get around the golden rule, or like Meerkat said, it was like an accident or something. Okay, where's that fishy motherfucker? Oh, back here. Before we talk to him, let's go into a store and see if we can find any evidence on him. A shopping list. A list of things Decius plans to buy once he's escaped. 1. A villa on the Aventine, Rome. 2. A 2-horse chariot.
Virgil, how
3.
much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Decius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban.
Just eavesdropping here.
Issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Okay, he wants a weapon, and there's a way to get a weapon. Anything else? What's his name again? Whatever. Decius, yeah.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Opius the thief stole my purse, and I, whoever wrote this, did not get to finish.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Decius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
You're the fucking worst. I need some silphium resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
You're price gouging over life-saving medicine? What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
You're the worst. How about I just take it instead?
Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Is that what you want? If not, hand them over, now!
Do you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try.
Ugh. Bye.
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
What's your story?
You mean, how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale.
Let's hear it.
Alright. Well, you see...
My bluff didn't go so well. I saw it came up there, there's an option to steal, but like he said, if I steal, isn't that just breaking the golden rule and then it's over? So I can't do that.
Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
You chose the cart, didn't you?
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide.
Ooh, black eyes.
With sweet motion, she topples the whole bloody
Hang
thing
on.
with the Tiber.
So you took her with you after all?
No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Sounds like you got what you deserved, bucko.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
So there's something about this river that brings us all the way in here. Do you know a way out of here?
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claimed...
I already
to know
declined
a way out.
Aurelia's advances, so I can't go down there without
Some
facing
people here are a little
embarrassment
shady
and
for my
shame.
liking.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, gotta watch out. Old Decius has got your back though.
What do you think about the golden rule?
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck.
Why do you need
but
a
if
bow?
you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Hasn't the magistrate banned weapons?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'm not getting you a bow.
No need to decide on anything yet. Just sleep on it, yeah?
Who are you going to vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Bye.
Very well. Another time.
Okay. Well, he's a shady motherfucker, but I mean, we kind of knew that coming into it. This is the medicine, but I guess we can't just take it. A bottle of silphium resin, an extremely valuable ancient Roman remedy for various afflictions. Guess we'll find some way to get it. Who was he talking to over here?
Sometimes I swear it's a great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
Ooh, an accusatory note. Virgil, do you really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all? You just leave that out and about for people to read, my dude? Virgil, I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this patch before we all suffer for your sins. Virgil, you got enough hate mail fucking lying around? There's another one in his chest. Virgil, they may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. Virgil, my mans.
Make sure you stay away from that empty shrine.
I know we just met, and you're wearing a lovely color blue.
A new face.
I've got questions and possibly
concerns.
concerns.
A little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you
God,
can
Virgil is
just
a
call me
handsome
Virgil.
fella. Maybe he does have a
After a
stalker.
sad day, friend.
You're right.
What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear
that's a
about
good
the
catch.
ingenious
Meerkat says he has an
architecture or
accent too.
mysterious history of this place.
Tell me about the temple up on the bluff.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering.
I was gonna say, that letter we found mentioned that it was a god is the one responsible for having us here for the Golden Rule, so I guess that's their temple, and we'll find out who's playing the games. Tell me about the city history.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Interesting. Isn't it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine?
Interesting.
If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could
So
tell.
we have no idea how long this has been going on.
Of course.
Do you know a way out of here?
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Golden Rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new
Okay,
to me,
Virgil,
anyway.
if you say so. What do you mean?
Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio Magus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
No pressure, Sejiro, right? I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
Oh, is that what all the hate mail is? What the fuck? That's awful, Virgil.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Novio Magus, You
Well,
expect
fuck,
a bit of
I will
hostility.
find whoever's sending you this
The
hate mail, and
Batavi
I
are not
will
known for their
fuck them
tolerance.
up,
I saw
Virgil. You
enough
have an
friends
ally in
killed or
me.
driven away to know the
That's
cost
sad.
of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked.
Oh.
But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or
Aw.
at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Yeah, this homophobe has to go. Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating...
Is he talking about the Christians?
eventually
Are the
my
Christians the
secret
cultists?
admirer
Is this
is
some
going to
political
cross a line
commentary we
and
got
break the
going on
golden
here?
rule.
Alright, let me look into it for you, man.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But
Virgil
thanks.
is
It's always a
my
pleasure
new
to meet someone
BFF,
so
and we will
selfless.
do anything to
I'm
protect
glad
him.
you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are.
Oh yeah, Meerkat just
Or
said
maybe
Christians
ask
were
around
considered
among the
cultists
merchants
too.
here.
Okay,
Someone
checks
who lives
out.
or works in the forum must have seen something.
I got
If
you,
find
Virgil.
them, please don't hurt or humiliate them.
I would like to do
I
both,
suspect they're just
but we'll see.
confused.
I'll get right on it.
Come back and let me know what you find.
No one will threaten you. You're so sweet, and I love the color of your... What would you call this outfit? A toga? I don't know.
This area is private. Please leave.
What the fuck? I just told you I was gonna help you.
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Who are you?
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary.
Wow, everyone loves my
Leather boots in
clothing.
place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
I'm from beyond the edge of the known world.
Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance?
We're meeting lots of
I know
interesting
you do not require
personalities.
clothing, so information
Taking the
perhaps?
time to get all of the gossip we can. What's your story here?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Why set up a tailor shop here?
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
More or less.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
I mean, that checks out. Yeah, fair enough. How'd you end up here?
A good question. A very good question.
Did you
indeed.
fall in a river maybe
I
and
would
wash
be
up on the
happy to tell
shore?
you if only I could remember it clearly
Seems like a
myself.
familiar story at this point. Why don't you tell me what you do remember?
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping
Yeah,
for
that
air,
is not
and
quite
then
so fun as waking up
nothing.
naked in the desert,
When I
hey?
regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber.
Oh, he was naked
God
here,
knows
too.
how many miles from
So
my
there you
villa.
go. So, you floated down the Tiber?
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat.
That's usually the
In
opposite
any
of how
case,
it works,
seems
but
I'd been
anyway.
rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire.
Oh, his
stumbled across a
campfire.
cave,
So
and
that's not
discovered that
Karen.
trapdoor temple.
Unless
And here I
Karen
am.
is a flexible gender.
Anything you
Which,
like.
I mean, they definitely could be. That seems like some crazy god shit. Clearly everyone's getting here, though, by rolling down the river, waking up to a stranger telling them to go in a cave. We've all got the same story. He was referring to being fat, Tiff. Fat keeps you floating. Oh, missed the joke. Okay. Do you know a way out of here?
Not so loud. What are you playing at?
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to ask. Sorry, did I say the wrong thing?
Have you not been told about the last attempt?
Last attempt?
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. Ah, it is a long story.
Why don't you tell me?
Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
Why hasn't anyone done that yet?
They have. I am getting to that. There was an attempt, made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends.
Oh.
So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place.
The god really doesn't
So
like
they
it
say
when the,
it's best to not even discuss it aloud.
little players on their playground try to escape. Got it, thanks. Do you have any idea who's threatening my boy Virgil?
This is troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. It is ridiculous though. Virgil is a fine man. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her about it.
Fabia, okay.
I
Go
hope
find
that our
her.
paths cross again soon, my friend.
Fabia, Fabia, Fabia. If I was Fabia, where
Make sure
would
you
I
stay
be?
away from that empty shrine. It's going to collapse at any moment.
Oh, I didn't see this graffiti. Sinner. What the fuck? I literally want to punch whoever's doing this in the face. Okay. Hello, are you Fabia? Oh no, you're my friend, I think, when I met here. When I got here.
Ah, it's you again.
Yeah.
Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
Tell me more about you.
Well, it's a long one.
We got no subtitles for
kinda
you.
sad, but I don't mind telling it.
That's fine, we'll listen closely. I have time.
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and two little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. Sprinted so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young, and it was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, When my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
So not everybody here is Roman or likes Romans. That's good to know. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome.
Okay, so everybody's story not only involves them floating on the river and washing up on the shore to a mysterious person, but it all happened on the day of these riots and fires.
The rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place and started my life over again.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh, I'm sorry to bore you, friend.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know?
Fair enough. Do you happen to know a way out of here?
Well, as much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more
Mirka said a lot of
fruitful than
Romans
another
hated
man's
the
field,
Emperor.
isn't
They
it?
were
Well,
then given as
Scintilla,
examples in
Sentius's
blood
daughter,
sports
went
because
missing a
trained
few
gladiators
weeks
were
back.
expensive.
Could be she found a way out. If
Interesting.
anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me.
Right, the missing daughter, Scintilla, the adopted daughter of the big guy. Okay, last question. What do you think about the election?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
Alright, I'll be going.
Alright, see you around.
Bye. Thanks for the chat. Dooley's note? A note from Dooley protesting his innocence. I did not do it. Signed, Dooley. Fair enough. Okay, but you didn't do what? Hi.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from.
What's wrong
I
with being
suppose
direct?
it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality
How was I?
or
What's a
courtesy
Vestal
ask,
priestess? How
"What
was
is
I
your
supposed to know?
story?"
Sorry, what should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly.
Sounds
But
like
to
it would
be
take
honest,
way too
I've
long.
often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself
All right.
and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
I like it. What's a Vestal priestess?
You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses.
We've met so many people. We're getting so much information. I'm trying my best to keep it all straight here. Who does what?
You know who Vesta is?
But I mean, there's 23 people, and we have not met that many people yet. So there's going to be There's gonna be lots more people to meet. I don't know who Vesta is. Please remind me.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
Got it. What do you do here?
Put simply, I tend to the temples, ensure their sanctity is preserved.
Why?
Why? So that we continue to honor our gods, invite their blessings, and not bring their wrath down upon us, of course. It's vital that we keep them appeased and remain in their good graces.
How'd you end up here?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river, unconscious, and sent me in here.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
Does Karen seem odd to you? It's an older name, but not uncommon where I'm from.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No.
What were you gonna say?
I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should.
Yep,
Go around and
there's
ask them what they remember.
many stories that seem to match. Definitely some patterns. You're being a bit coy here.
I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
What happened to Livia?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly
I
productive...
like the guy who's just walking past us. Doesn't care that we're having a conversation. Excuse me.
She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows.
Oh, was
and
she the
told us
lady
were
that we met in
ignorant
the
of some
tavern?
Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she
Got
simply
it.
fell ill.
Yeah, no, I
as
know that
Galerius
she's starting to figure
suggested,
things
the
out,
weight
because
of
some
the
of the stuff she
golden
was saying
rule
kind of
was
made
too
sense,
much for
actually,
her.
in a cryptic way.
There is a small chance
Yep.
that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you?
So many mysteries! I think I've already noticed a pattern.
You have? Then what is it?
Some people mentioned a river.
Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
Some people mentioned an encounter with a stranger on the riverbank.
Yes. I also had such an encounter. What else?
That's all I noticed so far.
There are definitely some common threads there. But I think we'll need at least a few to ensure we're not just seeing coincidences. Keep asking people how they wound up here.
Okay.
I don't want us to rush to any conclusions yet. Livia's fate weighs heavily on my mind, and dictates we should be sure. Yes, you should ask the others first.
I like this lady. She seems rational and logical. I feel like we can work together to figure this shit out. Okay, I'll go talk to some more
Come
people.
back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Got it.
Hello?
Are you the
hello?
guy who wrote the note outside?
My name's Dooley.
Yep.
I live here
This is
now
Dooley.
because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I don't remember
Meerkat
things.
said priests were among the most educated in Rome. Well, that
think it's
checks out,
just
because that
because I
lady
was
seemed very well educated. She was a good
Looking for
conversationalist.
treasure.
Did somebody think you were going to steal something?
Yes. But I wasn't. I was just looking.
Is that all?
They said I did it. More than once. But I can't
You know,
remember
another
things
thing I've
I've done.
noticed
Then they
is everybody here is
called
very
me
different.
mad.
We've got a priest.
They
We've
called-
got a farmer. We've got a
they called me
unsavory
a liar,
merchant.
Billy.
You know what I mean? I have a feeling that's on purpose. That they tried to get all these different people from all these different walks of life. A liability?
Yes. They said I have to live here now.
Poor old
They gave me
Dooley.
this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
Sure. Magistrate Sentius to Dulius. I'm writing to you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with an alleged lost treasure. While I am sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your guardian Hannibal some weeks ago, I wish to impress upon you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, since you have on several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the cisterns, which are strictly off-limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that you are a liability to this community and must have your freedom limited, lest you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember why you are incarcerated should you experience further lapses in memory. Summary. Magistrate Sentius explains Dooley was locked up to prevent him from trespassing.
What does it say?
It says they caught you trespassing several times and they locked you up to stop you from breaking the golden rule.
My treasure.
What treasure?
My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad.
Whew, sorry. Good thing I had the
happened to him.
idea to mute the mic before I let out that big sneeze.
Very precious hidden away. He gave me this key.
Ooh.
And made me promise to keep
There
it
is
safe
treasure.
until I found the treasure.
Dooley, tell me more.
All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend
Poor
Galerius.
Dooley. Get him out of here. I want to give him a hug.
The priestess lady. She's a nice lady.
If you give me the key, I can try to find out what it unlocks.
Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
Okay, let me talk to the magistrate about getting you out of here.
Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
Okay, so we got two options. Then maybe it's time we had a new magistrate, or maybe I'll just break you out. I mean, is jailbreak a sin? I mean, price gouging's not a sin, so why do I feel like jailbreak isn't a sin? I mean, we'll consider it.
What about the rules? I don't want everyone to get in trouble because I was bad.
Alright, then maybe it's time we had a new magistrate.
Like, Galerius? He's nice.
That is a major gray area, Tiff, says Meerkat.
He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate...
Galerius, our nice farmer boy.
And I can give you the key to my treasure.
How are we gonna
Hannibal
make
said it was
him magistrate?
In the cisterns. I can't remember what it was.
But I definitely want whatever
it
Dooley
was
is talking
way up
about,
high
so...
And very precious.
I'll see what I can do.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we gotta go talk to... What's his name? Who we just saw right here, but I assume is... gone now. If I go into my... This is what I was wondering. All these things are being tracked, so that's good. Okay. At this point, like, I'm just kind of wandering. I mean, we've met so many people. May as well just keep wandering till we find others, I guess. Oh, we're up high here. Oh, dear! What happened to this guy? Jesus Christ. Okay. Ooh, there's money in there, though, so that's good. We just got 109 bucks. Do you think that's a clue? The god can see us through the statue's eyes, maybe? Wheel of Fortune, says Karis. Going through the back alley is really, really spooky. Ooh. What's in here? It's locked. Loaf of bread. A partially eaten loaf of bread. It's still fresh. Whoever owns it probably hasn't finished with it. Stone disc. A circular stone disc with a symbol of a fish carved into it. It looks like it might be religious in nature. Wooden carving. A wooden carving with the symbol of a fish carved into it. Similar to the stone, I guess. Who's in there? Oh, there's someone in there! Girl! Hello? Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Countered by, to the lions with you, cultists. Hello? Can we I mean, this game was based on Skyrim, right? So can we Skyrim jump? Over the top here? No? Hello? Can you hear me making all this noise? Tiff, the fish was a Christian symbol around this time, as the cross was forbidden to pray to and was often still a normal means of execution. Oh, interesting. Look at us learning so much here this evening. This is great. Okay. Someone live in here? Statue lives in here. Ooh, with money and wine. Possibly the last bottle of wine in the city. Why do I have a feeling that could be a nice bargaining chip? We will take that with us. Let's hit the old F5 there to save. I have no idea where I am. I'm walking completely aimlessly. Bunch of people here. They look like they're getting in a fight or something. Hey, Professor, it looked like there was a book on the table to the right of the door. Oh, okay. Let me go back really quick. Oh, shit. If I can figure out how to get back. Here we go. Book. You meant here. Doesn't look like it. Just a symbol. Good catch, though. So people lived in these little, like, shitholes? The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. What is this place? That's a spooky drawing. Where are we? These people look like they're fighting. These were people's homes, Tiff. Wow, you can't just call them shitholes, says Euro. Sorry. These might be climbable, if only they could support my weight. What do you mean by that? Are you telling me I'm too heavy? I gotta lose weight before I can climb the vines? Well, that's rude as shit. Can we, like, water them and make them bigger or something? Okay. So we'll come back here. No fat shaming game. Sheesh. I mean, I guess that is just desserts for me calling this place a shithole, but karma, baby. What happened here? May the gods be kinder to you than they were to us, stranger. Some shady shit was going on down here. Tons of money, though. We picked up another bottle of wine, which has possibly the last bottle of wine in the city as its descriptor. We know for a fact that is not the case. Because we now own 2 bottles of wine. Bearcat says, Tiff, if you see any cloth called Skin of the Salamander or any variation of that, stay away because that's an asbestos blanket? Jesus, okay. That's another good heads up from Meerkat. One of them is lying! They can't both be the last one. Holy shit. We found the cabbages. Oh my god, and a goat! Hello. Can I pet you? No. Goose eggs. A bunch of goose eggs laid by the city's goose. Guys, we've got wine and goose eggs. Who's ready to party? This must be where, what's his name lives. I mean, this is his farm, so I don't know where his house is. Get the goat drunk! I mean, I do have 2 bottles of wine. That won't break the golden rule, says Garrus. Can I swim? Yes! I can. Ooh, there's someone underwater. Oh no, he's actually above water, but he's trying to get that apple. Okay. Ooh, can I go down here? No, I can't. Here, I thought I found a secret entrance or something. Okay. So, I guess... because we haven't encountered the time loop part of this yet, but I guess the time loop would happen if I committed a sin. Or if someone else committed a sin, hey? I guess I'm sure that'll happen to us sooner rather than later, but... we've gone an hour and a half without committing a sin, so that's a personal best. Oh, is this the temple where we came in? I think so. Yeah, let's reinvestigate this, shall we? Ooh. Do you hear that? She said the priestess. Does that mean the priestess is bad, or does it mean she's good? I liked her. We'll soon have enough money to buy the antidote. So that's probably good. It's like the old Bible passage, he who is without sin may not experience the time loop. Ah yes, my favorite passage. More vines. Are they actually gonna let me walk on them, or are they gonna fat shame me? I think they're fat shaming me. Is there a way to come back in through the time loop having lost weight? Is that an option? Uh-oh. Am I stuck? Oh, fuck. No, okay. What are these ropes? Are they like zip lines or something? Also, I fell down, so we're gonna have to come back up again. Seeing as— oh, I have a health bar! That's good to know. And there is fall damage. Also good to know. Dear God, please let me be thinner in my next life. Amen. I mean, the vines keep fat shaming me, so... clearly my only option. Ooh, is this the temple that they talk about that, like, overlooks everything else? Ooh, she will guide you. Do you think that's linked to the last whisper we heard, where they said the priestess? I mean, I got good vibes from her right off the bat, so... Detective Tiff is on the case. Do 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 do. Okay, so if we can't get in here, then yes, this is the temple they were talking about, I guess. Great temple doors. Locked. Oh shit. Oh, and here's the pillar that they said. There's a missing piece. It seems somebody removed a plaque from here. I'll need to find it to decipher the meaning of the obelisk. Uh-huh. And that's how we'll find out what god is pulling the strings in here, I guess. Okay, add it to the list of to-dos that I have going already. This is so intriguing. I love me a good mystery. Mystery games are top tier. Oh, shit. This man's is pushing a boulder. I hear frogs. Ooh. Door is locked. Find a creative way into the upper cistern. Creative? Or maybe the key that, our friend is gonna give us. Maybe that's what it opens. That door. Okay. At this point, I'm just gonna basically just keep going and see if we can actually do a loop and see all the stuff we can investigate, all the people that we can meet. This is just every 2 feet, it's a new mystery, so we may as well just gather as much information as we can. All these ropes look extremely suspicious. We can, like, concoct some sort of zipline function. Man, we got a ton of money. How much money do we have right now? $1,000 bucks! We got enough for the medicine. This must be the temple, hey? Which is where, can't remember her name, but someone went. Yeah, Navia. I'm locking myself in. Don't try to follow me. Nothing good will come of it. Navia. No, but Navia, I want to talk to you. There must be another way in, right? A back door or something. I mean, we could zip line up through if we could figure out how to get that working. Maybe that is what we need to do. We come back in another life, not only are we thinner, but we've also acquired the ability to zipline. There's no side entrance here. No, I really think we might have to zipline in. I mean, that rope is so conveniently placed to the upper balcony there. Okay, again, we will continue to explore and revisit later. People everywhere. By the sounds of the sketchy voices, though, they might be still alive? A fountain producing fresh water, but where could the water be coming from? A wooden bucket. Looks like the owner dropped it while fetching water and tragically never picked it up again. I mean, it looks like it's covered in, like, oil or something, so it might be for the best that they never picked it up again. Jeez Louise. Alright. I have no idea where I am. Do we have a map? No, we don't have a map. hearing frogs, but I can't see them. There's such a tease. More garum. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. Hang on. Do you see this text down bottom? Where is this coming from? And how did Melius get elected as magistrate? I think we're missing something. I guess events happen, like, whether you take part in them or not? Is he in here? What the fuck? I missed the election because I don't even know where it's happening. I guess we're not gonna get the other guy elected now. Whatever, let's just continue doing our thing, so I don't even know where that is coming from. Ooh, who lives here? Got quite the kitchen. Octavia lives here. We have a note. An anonymous friend to Octavia. May the Lord bless and keep you. I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person, but if I am right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship openly here, but know that you're not alone. If you ever feel like you need somewhere to pray, there's a special place waiting for you, deep in the caves behind the theater. Turn right at the first fork and again at the second. Well, that's probably useful. Hidden Christian cave. I don't know where the theater is, but we can try to find it. Yeah, I don't know who lives here. This might be where the other... Oh no, this is where the priestess lives. Equita. A ceramic ink jar. The ink appears to be made from soot and water.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
What's happening? Oh my god! Oh my god, the statues came alive! The golden huntresses, they're alive! Ah! Yo! Hang on, so this is what happens if someone commits a sin? What sin happened? We gotta get out of here. I think it's time for our first time loop. Not the sinners! Holy shit! Okay, so that's good to know that time is actually progressing as you're going. Like, it's not in line with your actions. Like, shit's gonna happen no matter what you're doing. Okay, so that's it. That's our first time loop. So we're back. We're gonna go through this exact same thing again.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
I'm Tallara. We've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius, and you're about to offer to take me to see Sentius so he can tell me about the Golden Rule.
Oh, I guess how much did I drink last night? Sorry to...
Okay, this is where things get interesting, I think. No problem, I have to go.
Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Hey, MK! MK says, this dude looks like the first step of a character creation screen. Hey! And speaking of the zip lines, here we go. Zipline Handlebar. A rudimentary wooden zipline handlebar. I knew there had to be some way to get a zipline.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking.
God bless
And
you,
if it doesn't
Galerius.
work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself.
Okay, so we can
But
zip
don't
around
worry, it's
on all those
completely
ropes we've
safe.
seen.
Probably.
Thanks, I'll be going now.
Alright. See you around.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so this time we can... Wait. If I just jump, what happens? Like, do I have to jump? How do I use it? Ah, not like that! Hang on, how do I use it? I don't know. It didn't work, though. I think we did try it there when we were above the lake. Okay, so the good thing is, yes, we time looped, however, we have returned armed with knowledge of stuff that's happening around here. Oh, and maybe we can talk to that lady again and not reject her advances this time. That would be nice. Let's go there. Let's make that our first priority of the day. If I could find out where we actually are. Oh, we just came right up in the bar. Perfect! Ma'am, I was just talking about you. Hello.
I love your clothes.
I love yours!
So, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and
okay, we're not gonna fuck this up this time, guys. We're gonna...
The moment I laid eyes
Yep.
on you...
Don't worry, I'm gonna click on the right option this time.
There's a light in your eyes I've never
Not even gonna
seen
click through this
before.
dialogue because I'm scared to make a
certain
mistake.
Learning and sophistication.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And you're as charming as you are beautiful.
Ugh, coming on a bit strong, don't you think?
What? You came on to me!
I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore.
I can't believe I got rejected this way,
Let's do
too!
business. So, what brings you to my
What can I do? I tell her I'm interested, she's not interested. I tell her I'm not interested, she's not interested. This was an even bigger oof, honestly. Guess we'll have to try again in the next time loop. Jesus Christ. Alright. I guess I'll suck up my pride and actually converse with you this time. What's your story?
Let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us.
You won't even talk to me unless we're dating?
Certainly. For 10 denarii.
Okay, here's $10.
Have you met Livia? She used to do my hair until one day she just...
So you do keep your money when you
this place
time
has
loop.
that
That's
effect on
good.
people. Now she just stands around caked in filth, muttering nonsense to herself. It's a real shame. Now I have to do my own hair.
Real shame indeed. You got anything else going on?
I hear that if Malleolus is elected, he's gonna throw a small festival to celebrate, with entertainment and everything. Can't wait to find out what it is. Whatever you like. All right. See.
Okay, so we'll talk to her later when we're more successful in our flirts. I want to get back
Cerberus
to
lifts
this
his
lady.
triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again.
Livia, I need to talk to you.
Out of your own, aren't you?
Get this conversation over with. Okay.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
Can you tell me about the pattern that you saw?
You think you wish to know, but you do not. It is better for you if you remain ignorant. Pandora's box must stay closed. I'll say no more.
What? No, why?
The newly arrived are...
Okay, we're gonna have to find some way to, like, earn her trust or something, I guess. Cavalry Helmet. An ancient Roman cavalry helmet with an enclosed face mask and a plume made of dyed horsehair. Galerius for magistrate, countered by, I would rather drink Aurelia's special brew. looks like someone has been hard at work on a prototype zipline. Oh, this is where Galerius lives. Okay. A poem by Galerius. My life has been torturous, as the 7 labors of Hercules, orphaned, defeated, and enslaved. Yet I would suffer it all again gladly, because each loss, wound, and tragedy brought me to you. Radiant as Rome's sacred flame, your bright warmth nourishes my soul. I know I can never touch you, any more than hold Vesta's flame, but to watch and love you from afar, bathing in your glow, is enough. Oh, I think Galerius is in love with the priestess. So he mentions Vesta's flame there. And he says he can never touch her because she's a priestess. Okay, that might be interesting info. Got a little dirt on our man's Galerius if we need it.
Attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
A small wooden model of an arena, possibly Verona Arena, which was completed in the 1st century and is still in use today. Thanks for clipping my back-to-back rejection, Euro. Appreciate it. Okay, so mostly everybody in the town actually lives in this inn. That's good to know. I thought everybody had their own houses, but they don't, so. This is Navia's chest, and in there is the key to the chest in the Shrine of Apollo. We'll definitely take that if we can ever get into... Oh, the Shrine of the Apollo is the clinic! Okay, we can get in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. Look at us creeping in everyone's rooms. Totally paying off. Okay, so yeah, no, that's good to know. Everybody, like, lives right here. In one spot, basically. Makes it easier to find them. Doll! This is not a doll. This is nightmare fuel. A rudimentary doll. It looks like it has been well loved. Sure, that's one way to describe it. Rudimentary bed. A filthy, foul-smelling sleeping mat of somebody living in poverty. At least they said it this time, not me, right? Euro said the doll looks like dry-shaped poop.
Attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
Oh, what is this? A beer vat.
Stay away from my money.
A large vat for brewing beer. There's a layer of small insects drowning on the surface. Wow. I got less interested in that beer as the description unfolded. Key to Aurelia's chest. If we steal it, is it gonna count as a crime? Fuck!
The many shall suffer.
Honestly, hashtag worth it though. Let's just take it now. Can I read this or am I gonna get killed? Do I have time? We'll steal it and then we'll come back after. Okay. It's fine. We had to commit a sin real quick. And now we'll get out of here, and then we'll come back, and then we can read what we just stole. Okay? It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, you gotta wait for Sentius to get here and sacrifice himself. Thanks, man. Do your thing, but hopefully quicker before I die. Okay, bye. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, you can commit crimes and then force the time loop. And I guess you might have to do that to get certain things. Okay, so what did we just pick up? We just picked up... Here we go. Aurelia's diary. Dear Diary, today I'm celebrating. I made the easiest 1,000 denarii I've ever made by selling a way out to a desperate fool. Of course, it may not have been the way out she was hoping for, but hemlock still counts. That'll teach her for insulting my hair. And since it didn't break the golden rule, I may have to try this again sometime. Dear Diary, it worked again! I'm now another 1,000 denarii richer, thanks to Ulpius and his desperation to escape. Of course, there's very little to spend money on here, but just having it gives me a little thrill, for a brief moment at least. Dear Diary, finally I have something to spend my money on. Malalois is running for magistrate in the election tomorrow, and he's promised that for a sufficient tribute, I'll be able to move into old Sentius's villa once it's vacated. How he plans to achieve that, he wouldn't say, but still, I'd better make sure he wins. Well, that is damning. Aurelia boasts about scamming Ulia and Ulpius and hopes Malleolus wins the election so she can pay him a tribute in exchange for Sentius's villa. So that's how Uliola died. She got tricked. She was looking for a way out, and then she sold her poison. How do I restore my health, I wonder? We're gonna need
Salve,
to do
friend.
that.
Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Oh, maybe he can help me.
We're
just gonna skip this part. Okay. I want to figure out how to use the zip lines. Maybe we should try this again. Oh, there we go! Oh, there was a button! There was a button. Okay, I just didn't press it in time. But you just have to press E. That's good to know. Okay, so should we go try to blackmail Aurelia on this, now that we know her deepest, darkest secrets? I mean, the bitch rejected me twice. We may as well just call her out on this shit now, right?
Fortune smile on you, sister.
May as well.
You, Sisyphus. Cerberus lives
Hi.
dribble head and lets out his three.
Oh, we gotta wait for them to have their conversation.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea
Let the
over
buyer
a cauldron?
beware.
You'll scare away my customers.
The many shall suffer for the
their
sins of the
traits,
one.
imitating their previous lives, but they are.
You guys do your
ignorant.
thing while I creep around up here.
You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Kabosh to Kabosh. I told Lucretia about the dreams I've been having, and she said it might help her divine their meaning if I wrote them down. It happened again last night. The man by the river was there, as always, his face shrouded in shadows from that peculiar ram headdress. Once again, he introduced himself as Kerti and told me he dragged me from the river. He seemed to smirk as he said his name, as if it meant something I could not understand. Indeed, the name rings a bell, but I cannot for the life of me remember where I've heard it. I do not think I will sleep soundly until I know. Who is Kerti? A dream diary from Kabosh in which he describes his recurring dreams about a stranger named Kerti. So is the stranger always someone with a K first name? Is that another, pattern? Incomplete note. This is your final warning, sinner. Oh! Who sleeps in here? Because this is who's threatening our mans. Rufius! You bastard. I don't think we've even met a Rufius. But my man's Rufius is being homophobic while he's got a giant penis carving, so I'm sensing some repression here from Rufius, and we're gonna go teach him a goddamn lesson. We figured you out, Rufius. First we gotta call out Aurelia, though.
Ah, you're here. And then...
Don't waste your breath. I know you're a horrible person.
How dare you? Get away from me, you pig.
Oh. That's the end of that interaction?
Oh, do us all a favour and drink hemlock, Caput Murder.
I mean, I know you love selling hemlock to everyone, but okay, never mind. Calling her out doesn't really do much. The only wait out is whoever wrote this was interrupted, perhaps tragically. Okay, we gotta find Rufius and tell him to fuck right off. We haven't met him before though, so I don't know where he actually lives, but we'll figure it out. Cannot believe he had a giant penis carving in his room. And also had the audacity to call out our lovely, lovely friend. Ulpius loves Scintilla, corrected to Ulpius killed Scintilla. Ooh, can we trust random graffiti? Is that why Scintilla's missing? Okay. I love getting drama about people and I've never even met them before. I'm like, ooh, Ulpius, you bad guy.
Help! You have to do something. A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
Wait, who are you?
Fabia, but now's not the time. Are you going to help or not?
How? I don't have a weapon.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to improvise.
Oh, good. How's this my problem?
Are you daft or just callous? If you don't stop him, we're all going to die.
Oh, God. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
Maybe we shouldn't meet in there?
What? We don't have time for this. I have to go.
Everyone tells me not to go in the empty shrine. Don't go in there.
What? Why?
I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Although now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of want to go in the empty shrine. Warning. Beware, the shrine may collapse at any moment. I guess so, I guess it does if you go in. Guys, now I kind of want to go in. No, okay, we're not gonna go in. We're gonna go fight the bowman. And then we can go in after. If we survive, we will treat ourselves by going into the empty shrine that people have warned us not to go into. Uh-oh. It's Robin Hood.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quintius Crispus.
Crispius? You mean Rice Krispies?
Do you know where he is?
I don't know a Quintius.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something.
There's so much going on.
I'm here with orders from Emperor Nero himself
what?
to find and execute the cultist Quintius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood?
I swear, I wasn't lying.
You are not off to a good start. When I ask you a question, I expect an answer. Is that understood?
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place?
We're just a small community of strangers who wound up here by accident.
A small community. Ha! I was told Quintius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
I'm gonna get shot, aren't I? Wait, what's a mystery cult?
Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuary.
Okay, so anyone who doesn't worship the Roman gods is a cultist. Got it.
The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what...
But I swear, man, I'm not part of no cult. You got the wrong idea. We're not cultists.
You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret?
We're not keeping it a secret. We're all trapped in here.
So you admit you're not allowed to leave?
What? It's not that we're not allowed to leave. We physically can't leave. There's no way out.
Threatening me is not going to help you. But in any case, that sounds an awful lot.
Fuck!
And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
No?
Another lie. So you really do believe that? Fascinating. You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense.
Hey, Talta, what's up? Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. We're currently being threatened by an assassin here. I'm trying to talk my way out of it. I don't know if it's going well. Oh, hey, Matt, what's up? Hi! Thank you so much for the raid, Tal. Hope you had a good stream this evening. Welcome on in, everybody. I do have a bit of a delay on chat, and I apologize for everyone who's new in here. It's for spoiler reasons. But welcome on in, and it's so good to have you all. You were streaming Soma! Oh, that's a scary one, right? You're braver than me. They were once people who were turned to gold as punishment.
You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me.
You're distorting what I said, sir. Please stop twisting my words.
Yes, yes, because I'm the real villain here.
You're the one with the
It's
bow!
all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the
Oh my god.
the
I did
magic,
awful
the
trying to
human
talk my way out of this.
You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something.
As I was saying before the stream ended, I'd play Soma, but I'm a huge Suki baby. Oh, were you streaming for Gamers vs. MS Tale? That's awesome. I didn't get a chance to join the latest relay, but I have streamed for them 3 times now. I did 2 one-offs and a relay, so that's awesome. I have no idea. No, hang on. Let's go with this one. What can you actually tell me about this guy?
Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes, one green and one blue.
Huh.
He's also known to have delusions.
I don't think we've met anybody
The
with 2
Emperor
different
says
color
he and his
eyes.
cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burned half of Rome to the ground and
But
killed
now,
thousands
when we
in the
meet him, we'll
process.
know he's the leader of the cultist. Perhaps the Emperor was looking for a scapegoat.
Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome, like he does? No, you do not. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me where he is or not?
I have no idea who or where he is.
Then you're of no use.
I'm about to get murdered, I
Do you
think.
have any last words?
Okay, we've got some good options here. We've got some good options. I'm gonna go with, for the last fucking time, I'm not a cultist.
That's exactly what a cultist would say. Now it's my turn to tell you something. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend
Jesus
to
Christ,
kill
you're an idiot
every
was my
last
second
one of
choice.
you, just degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
We'll do that in the next time loop. Oh.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Alright, let's start this loop over. So, once we find the guy with 2 eyes... Ow, my health. 2 different colored eyes, then we'll know. I have a feeling it's the other guy who's running for magistrate. We actually haven't met him yet, but apparently this guy has delusions of grandeur, so kind of fits CMO. First, we'll get the fuck out of here, and then we'll redo this. Ah! So for anybody who just came in here and you're wondering what the fuck is happening, this is a very interesting game. This game actually started off as a Skyrim mod back in 2016, and it achieved such success that they made it into their own game. It is sort of a murder mystery game where you're trapped in a time loop and you can't get out until you figure out who is committing the crimes. So it's very cool. We just started it this evening. And so we're like 2 hours into the game here. Fairly new, and we're literally just walking around trying to get as much info as we can and figure out who's doing bad things around here. But okay, so we figured out one person who's definitely doing bad things, and
You, Sisyphus.
that's that archer guy. So I guess we're not gonna attack him again. Or, I mean, we didn't attack him. We're not gonna go talk to him again until we can get more information.
Help!
Fabia. Alright, I'll do it.
What?
So I guess we can kill Fabia if we want. If we send her into this temple. Actually. Okay. I wanted to see what would happen. I told you guys I'd give it a try. And yes, if you go into the temple, the ceiling just fucking crashes down on you. Okay. So, theory proven. Don't go into the temple. Good night, Matt! Thanks. So what we do have now is we have the information about who is bullying our sweet man's Virgil. It's someone whose name starts with an R, but we haven't actually met them yet, so we have to find them. We have enough money now to buy...
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to
Okay,
make
they're
me a
gonna have their
bone?
little conversation.
For the last time, Dacius.
We have enough money to buy the antidote. No worries, Tail. Thank you so much for the raid. Enjoy Animal Crossing. I've actually got to play some... Oh, that's a penis. I've actually got to play some Animal Crossing soon. I haven't played it since the new update, so that's on my to-do as well. But have a great evening, everybody, and thanks again. We have a key for a chest in here, right? Or is that a dream I have? I got distracted by that. Key to a chest in the Shrine of Apollo, and this is the Shrine of Apollo. My only issue is... I don't actually see a chest in here. Oh! Never mind. There it is. Navia's treatment notes. Treatment notes. Flatulence, you use rhubarb. For ulcers, you use gentian. Stomach pain, glucoriza. Rheumatism, willowbark. Boils, aloe. I figured out the treatment for rheumatism! Actually, before we do that, let's go get the other medicine first. MK says, why the dirty mind? That's just some cauliflower and a carrot.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside. Salve, stranger.
Hi, I hate to, pay your outrageous demands, but I need some silphium resin,
Certainly.
please. I hate you, but here's 1,000 denarii.
Oh.
So we could have just stole it, and then we could have time looped. But I decided not to, because I'm a stand-up citizen. And we bought it
Pleasure
instead.
doing business. Can I help you with anything else?
There we go,
Very
now.
well.
Okay, so we got the resin, like, as soon as possible, so we might actually be able to save Ulia's life. We can give it to her really quick.
What are you doing in here? She needs...
Yeah, I got it. I have silphium resin. Here, take a little.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this.
And we know who poisoned Yulia
Let me
now.
help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
I mean, you can call me that. Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, so.
Look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself.
Yay, look
She
at
might
us,
even be
chat!
able
We
to
saved
thank you
someone's
herself for a few
life!
minutes.
Go
And maybe
us!
she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes.
We know who poisoned
In the
her,
meantime,
but we'll
I'm
obviously
happy to help you
wait
with
and
whatever it is
hear
you
what
need.
she has to say. Speaking of oracles, not only did I have the treatment for Yulia, I've also figured out how to treat rheumatism.
You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
Actually, I didn't. I found it another way.
Oh, I see. Well, what's the treatment?
Willowbark.
Willowbark. I should have known. It was under my nose.
Oh,
the whole
Rufius!
time.
He's the homophobe! Oh, we shouldn't have helped him with his rheumatism.
It should settle
Make that
Rufius
motherfucker
down some.
suffer.
I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of
Oh,
this?
I'm gonna go
You
use it
just
as
need to
ransom
swallow
when I
up
tell
into
him
it.
off.
I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Sure, you can give it to me, but, We'll see how it goes. Willow bark. A pot of finely shaved willow bark for medicinal purposes. Alright, I can do that. Replace it with hemlock,
I'm really
wink
glad
wink.
you arrived when you did.
Damn you, medical advances!
Sure. What do you want to know? Gladly.
Hang on, let's see if Yulia's awake. Yes, she is! Yulia, we need to talk to you.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest.
Can I ask what happened to you?
As much as I'm grateful that you tried to help me, it's just not safe.
I know
for me
what
to talk
happened
about
to you.
it.
I'm just trying to get
Please,
you to confirm
no
it.
more questions.
I want to know how someone poisoned you without breaking the golden rule.
The golden rule. That's the least of my worries. The gods may be cruel, but Malleolus and Claudia are far crueler.
Is that who poisoned you?
Please, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
It seemed like it was suicide, though, from the note that we picked up. I can't help unless you tell me what happened.
Persistent as Nemesis, aren't you? I can tell you, but it's a long saga.
I have all the time in the world.
All right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest of my life. I could hardly breathe, and I knew I had to get out somehow. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret way out...
This is what we learned on the
I
note.
would have done anything. And then I learned her asking price. 1,000 denarii. She was supposed to be my friend. I told her it would take me years to save up that much. So she suggested I take out a loan from Malleolus. And I did.
Why would he lend you so much money?
I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the debt over 30 years.
30 years!
But I
My
figured
girl signed a
I'd be out of here
mortgage.
so soon it wouldn't matter. I paid Aurelia, and she gave me her so-called way out. Do you want to know what it was?
Hemlock, right?
You figured it out already. I wish I.
Oh, so she wasn't trying to kill her
Drink
stuff.
this, she said, and you'll be out of here in no time.
Never mind.
Of course, I demanded my money back, but she refused. She pointed to a sign on her tavern saying, "Let the buyer beware."
So hang on, yeah, how did this
And she
not
just
break the
looked
golden
at me with
rule?
those cruel black eyes, and she laughed. She immediately told Malleolus I'd tried to escape without paying him back. Only, he didn't seem upset or surprised at all. In fact, he just thanked her. And that's when I realized the two of them had planned the whole thing from the beginning.
Surely that would have broken the golden rule.
That's what I said to the magistrate. I went to Sentius and begged for help, but he said the law was clear. I'd signed over my labor for 30 years and there was nothing he could do. I thought about resisting too. But Malleolus said if I didn't submit, I'd break the golden rule. And I couldn't be responsible for all those deaths, so he locked me in his villa. Confiscated everything I owned.
What the fuck?
And made me wear immodest,
Fuck this
humiliating
guy.
outfits while I worked day in, day out. His wife Claudia was just as bad. She sent me to work on an endless stream of futile, demeaning tasks. I'd be on my hands and knees, scrubbing the floor clean for hours, only for her to pour slop on it and hiss, "You missed a spot." Those two took everything from me. But they forgot to confiscate one thing. My hemlock.
So you poisoned yourself?
I just wanted it to be over. But it seems I messed that up too. Should have drunk all of it.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I brought it on myself. I trusted one of the most callous human beings I've ever met, and tried to swindle the other. I don't know how I could have been so stupid.
So what'll happen to you now?
When I've recovered, I expect their thug Domitius will come for me. He'll escort me back to their villa, and I'll be right back where I started. Only this time, I won't be able to lull myself to sleep at night with the thought of a permanent solution.
Fuck, this
Honestly,
is dark.
It would have been better if the poison had been allowed to run its course.
I'm sorry, can I do anything to help?
I doubt it. It seems this is the fate the gods have chosen for me, for trying to escape. At least until someone breaks the golden rule. Huh. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
You're not thinking of breaking it, are you?
No, of course not. I would never. But I can dream.
I have a better idea. How much would it cost to buy your freedom?
A lot. But it doesn't matter. I made a suicide pact with Ulpius last night. He's in exactly the same position as I am. Malleolus and Aurelia set the same trap for him a month after they did it to me. He and I are in this together. He's probably already thrown himself from the bluff into Malleolus's villa by now. If so, I'd never be able to live with myself, knowing I broke my promise to him.
Perhaps I can help him too?
I doubt you could make it up to the bluff in time. I don't know who you are, or why you seem so determined to help me, but thank you.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, but please don't take too long.
So, am I gonna have to, like, save her every time, I wonder, or does the doctor just have her medicine now all the time? Or at least we'll grab her story while we're here.
You mean my life story?
Trying to get some more patterns?
Well, I grew up as part of a big family in Rome. Me and 3 older sisters. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't cut out for that kind of life. So he found me a job as a scribe for a prominent merchant. It was a good life for a while. Until 7 months ago when the fires came. My colleagues and I worked desperately to try to protect our warehouse. We must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, chanting prayers to Vulcan, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless and it claimed everything and everyone. Well, almost everyone. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber with the crowds. I remember diving into the river and then...
Same old story. I think the third pattern is that the person's name starts with
on the
K.
riverbank not far from here.
We just need a few more people to tell us about it. Oh, and also there's a memory lapse. Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But to be honest, sometimes I think dying in that fire might have been a blessing. Given what's happened since.
I understand. Yeah, I'm not gonna ask her about any of those.
All right. Thank you again for saving my life.
You're welcome. Now I'll try to solve all these other problems. I know, she really needs a hug, right?
Keep you safe.
Oh, look who it is. Rufius, the homophobe.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
You better watch your motherfucking step. Are you the one threatening Virgil?
No idea what you're talking about.
I know it was you. I found an incomplete letter to him in your quarters.
Yes, so what? What are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna hurt you. Badly.
You imbecile! The many shall suffer.
Just
the sins of the one.
Really? Just the threat of hurting people? No. What? I just wanted to scare the motherfucker. God damn it. Euro says, we found your dildo too! Ugh, okay. Well, turns out you can't even threaten people in this game. Without, apparently threatening people is a sin, but suicide is not, so... This seems inconsistent! Honestly, I have no regrets though. Fuck that guy. He deserved the threats. But okay, I guess we have to try something else. Maybe we can tell Virgil, sorry, that we, hang on, there's new dialogue options now. I'm Tallara, and I need you to take care of some things urgently.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Aurelia dying, but Lucretia can't help her without this Sylphium. Take some of it and go quickly.
Aurelia? Oh no. Alright, I can do that.
Ah, and that's how we can save Aurelia each time. That's it, now go as fast as you can!
Go. But once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
So we do keep the item, but it's just, that saves us having to go see Aurelia. Woohoo, we got our first ziplining experience! That was fun. So okay, he'll take care of that. Yeah, so we're really early in the time loop. Here's Rufius. Confront him again, and hopefully it'll go better this time.
Name's Rufius.
Hey Johnny, yeah, the reviews were so good. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to check it out. Okay.
No idea what you're talking about.
Talk to you about Virgil again.
Yes, so what? What are you going to do about it?
I want to punch your stupid face, but I'm going to ask you to stop threatening him.
And why should I? The one true God says that for man to lie.
Aren't you outing yourself as a cultist by saying this?
His presence here is a threat to us all.
If that's true, why hasn't the golden rule been broken already?
Well, I don't know.
This is the gayest man I've ever seen.
But when he does...
Your oppression is so obvious, sir. Stop taking it out on others. Seems to me your agitation is a bigger threat than Virgil's personal affairs.
Well, I wouldn't get so angry if he wasn't so... you know.
Are you uncomfortable with your feelings towards him?
I don't like where you're going with this. You'd better take that back before I make you.
It must be difficult to be torn between your faith and your desire.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And unless you want your jaw broken, I think it's best if you don't ever talk to me again.
Okay. Enjoy your life, Rufius. Guess we'll go tell Virgil that we found the culprit. The angriest ones are always the ones suppressing it. Why else would you care?
Ah, a new face.
Hey, Virgil. How do I...
Well, help, but... you would say but what? Oh, say...
How do I tell you that I found out it was...
Some people say it's divine. I mean, once, which means one of two, and I'm good. The first is to leave.
How do you remove a god from power?
Good question. It's best if I say no more, but... Nice to...
Okay, I don't even know how to tell Virgil that we found... his man. Hang on. Oh, maybe if we give Rufius his fucking willow bark, he'll stop threatening Virgil. No, I hate encouraging that behavior. Ugh, let's leave that for another loop. What are you doing, Grumpy Grump?
I have nothing to say to you, Kaput Mada.
Fuck you. Deal with you in another loop. Okay. We have not met... Ooh. Zipline! We've not met Marcellius yet.
Ove.
Hi. This is where you live. Okay. Don't mind me just ziplining onto your balcony there. I've been asking people about how they wound up here, trying to find a pattern.
Interesting. I'm not...
Some people mention memory lapses.
That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
Oh, I gotta tell her the other
Yes.
things.
What else? It's as I feared.
Here we go.
I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here?
I did, a young woman.
And did you happen to catch her name?
Karen.
I see. And was this Karen, by any chance, wearing a hood?
She was wearing a hoodie? How could you have known that?
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Oh ho! It's not safe in there right now. There's an assassin. He just arrived.
What? How could you know that? And why are you talking to me instead of doing something about it? Please, go and stop him, and come back to me once we're no longer in danger.
I see. Okay, I see how everything is starting to be looped now. You have to stop the assassin before you can go with her to the baths to... Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. She's got a beautifully painted terrace up here. But okay, so we have to find a way to stop the assassin, which is fine. But I want to try to, meet this other guy first. I don't know where he lives. I mean, there's not that many houses here. That's the priestess house, that's the magistrate's house, so he's gotta live in here. My man's just got his door locked because he's paranoid, I think. Fair enough. Can we get in another way? Oh! Who are you? Oh.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
What's your story?
Her name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I'd like to meet Malleolus.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
Afford what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man.
I feel like I
This
probably
is an
shouldn't have
important
spent my
day.
money
He'll
to
be
buy
inside
that,
practicing his victory speech for tonight.
that remedy now,
Left
because
me
there's so
strict
many other
instructions
things
he
I
doesn't
could
wanna
spend
be
my
disturbed.
money
So if you
on,
want to see him,
and I could have just
I'll need
stole
something
that.
valuable in return.
Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
Alright then, what do you want?
Dunno. Something good.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Just make it good.
I don't know how much money I actually have.
Whatever.
Hang on, I gotta check my inventory. Oh, Jesus, hang on! No, I get my money back during the loop! Oh, I'm fucking rich. I'll pay this man. Whatever you need!
Yeah.
$100 bucks?
What's in Coolio Mio?
Is that good or
Just
bad?
make it good.
So not $100 bucks. Okay, $1,000 bucks.
Whoa, you must really want to see Malleolus. Let yourself in with this key.
For $1,000 bucks, he gives me the key and everything! Alright, sure.
Just make sure you give it back on your way.
Oh, absolutely, man. Don't even worry about it. I will 100% give this back to you. Never mind, I'm rich, bitch! Here we go. Okay. So now we'll get to meet this Malleolus, who we've heard a lot about. Note from Ulpius. Ulpius to his lost love. May God watch over you. Please know that I held on as long as I could, but without you my life is meaningless. I hope we meet again in Gan Eden. Right! Ulpius is the one who's committing suicide with Yulia. Because his lover is missing, who's the magistrate's daughter. I'm trying to make sure all my lines are crossed. Yulia to her captors Malleolus and Claudia curse you to the depths. By the time you read this, I'll already be dead, because death is preferable to another day in debt bondage to you. May vultures peck out your livers in Tartarus for all of eternity. Wow. I love it, Yulia. Okay. Check all the rooms before we go talk to Malleolus. Get all our snooping out of the way. Now, does Malleolus have two different color eyes? I have a feeling he's going to. Yes, he does! Green and blue! The head of the Christian cult that the assassin's here for. We'll just send him right in. We'll just send him right in. First, what's your story?
I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today.
I mean, you're a piece of shit who, you know, traps people in debt and makes them their slaves, so we'll just send the assassin right in here. What do you do if you win the election?
I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny.
How will you do that?
By declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, this guy's gotta go.
Sentius to frighten us into submission.
Okay.
Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that monstrous lie?
I mean, I've seen it happen like 4 times by now. What makes you sure it's not real?
The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real?
The Golden Rule is definitely real.
Nonsense. There's no way you can prove that.
MK says, the dude sounds like a good capitalist. You're just jealous you can't make debt slaves. What would it take to prove to you that it's real? Books? Notes?
Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read. As if a lie could be transformed into the truth by the simple act of writing it down.
I can see nothing I say is going to convince you. I'm not even going to waste my breath.
True, but that is simply because you are mistaken.
Okay. I'm just gonna
I trust you can see.
Now that we know the identity of the man the assassin is looking for, honestly, that's enough for me. You practice your victory speech. I'm gonna go creep upstairs real quick. Oh my god, my dude has quite the palace here. Look at this red carpet. Wait, who's crying? Hello? Hi, who are you and what's happening?
I'm not supposed to be in here.
My bad? I'll just go?
I should hope so. This is outrageous.
Oh no, I actually want to talk to you though.
Why are you still here?
Because I was hoping you were going to say, no, you can't go. Why are you locked in this room and why are you crying?
My marital affairs are no concern of yours.
Your husband
Thank
locked
you
you in this room.
much.
Oh. Okay. You want to maybe tell me a bit more about that?
I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I'm receiving strange women in private.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. Well, don't know why you were locked in here, Claudia. But, good luck. Not much more I can say there. Let you do your thing. Alright, I guess we'll go meet the assassin. And we'll point him right in the direction of who he's looking for.
Boy, how did you get in there,
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Hang on, if we send... I want to try this. If we send Fabia into the abandoned shrine or whatever, will she just die?
Thank you. I have to hide.
Okay. Oh god, we're gonna watch Fabia get fucking crushed, aren't we? Oh no.
The shrine is collapsing.
Oh, my bad, Fabia. I love how she had enough time to yell out, "The shrine! It's collapsing!" But she didn't have enough time to run out of there.
Fabia, no! Oh god! Did anyone see that?
Fabia, no! I didn't see it, and I definitely didn't take her bread.
Poor sweet girl.
R.I.P. Fabia. Okay. Look, I gotta go deal with an assassin, okay? You can take care of Fabia. Oh, wait, what's this? This is new. Spooky shrine. Greek statue of a woman. A Greek statue, probably of the goddess to whom this temple is dedicated. Perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. Oh, right, this is the one Greek temple left in here. Yeah, yeah. Ooh! Hidey hole behind the Greek temple! Let's go! We even got a little loading screen, so we know something about to happen. A crumbling Greek sculpture of a woman. Clearly this has been here a long time. Fuck the assassin. I think we just found something even better. Liar. A whole bunch of Greek stuff down here. Did they like swap out the Greek stuff for the Roman stuff when they're ready to switch timelines? This goes way back. Hit me with the Mr. Whoa! What the fuck? Look, there's a Greek plaque that translates to "the many shall suffer for the sins of the one." What the fuck? Who are you?
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable.
My flashlight?
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
I'm Tallara.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I found this place by accident.
Then perhaps the fates brought you here to learn the secrets of this place. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Not yet.
You have much to learn. It's best if you figure it out on your own. Come back once you've made progress.
I'd really like you to tell me.
Then you should speak with your contemporaries in the city above. Ask them about their stories and see if you detect a pattern of some sort. It is best if you come to this realization for yourself. You would never believe.
So I guess after we get the assassin out of the baths, then we can bring the priestess in there, and then maybe we'll find out who it is. Because that was where the patterns were leading us. There's just a Greek man hiding down here. Oh my god, so many questions. Okay.
Ah, you've returned.
Meerkat makes a good point. Meerkat says years, but the last sin was months ago. That's a good point. So how is he still alive? And what, yeah, and why is it all Greek stuff down here? I have a feeling he's gonna reveal some major plot points.
Ah, you've returned.
Clearly we've gotta go, deal with all the stuff up on the surface first. So, let's save our game for tonight here, folks, before we get... Clearly, we got 10,000 more mysteries to unravel, so before we get too deep into things here, we'll save our game, and then we'll be able to pick up right from where we left off here tomorrow night. I just want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with me tonight. I didn't realize what time it was. I looked over, I was like, oh, we've been streaming for 3 hours. I've just been having so much fun. You know, I'd heard this game had great reviews. I heard Time Loop, I heard Murder Mystery, I was intrigued. And similar to Shadow of the Colossus, I'm glad I sort of followed my instincts on this one, because I don't know about you, but I've really, really enjoyed that. obviously, we are, you know, sort of only just starting off here. We definitely have a lot more to uncover. And so we will be picking this up right where we leave off here tonight, tomorrow night, starting at around 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys then, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream this evening. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your Monday evening to hang out with me here. I've really enjoyed myself, and I thank you guys for being a part of this. Have a great night, everybody. Please stay safe, take care, have a great sleep. Good luck tomorrow on your Tuesday. You'll get through it. And when you're done, I'll be here with some time loops and murder mysteries. Good night, everyone.